An update from Xiaohongshu 1.1 released. It's a fine-tuned model that supports tail frames and control net. With this, we can perform operations similar to image retouching. This is the GitHub page for the project. The workflow in this video does not use the official implementation, but instead uses this plugin by KJ. You see that it was updated just 8 hours ago? KJ stuff is like this. The statements in this video may not necessarily apply continuously. Then let's take a look at the workflow. I'm using the RunningHub online configuration and runtime platform here. This set of components from KJ can stack a lot of buffs. First, let's look at this hand-sewing process. Many of the node concepts here also apply in later steps. The hand ghost needle requires loading 2 images. Obviously, we can't render these 2 images directly. We need to scale them and pay attention to whether the size is a multiple of 16. This isn't clear yet, but I've seen this mentioned in issue reports on GitHub. The hand ghost needle obviously requires input from 2 images along with prompts, and the corresponding model here. You need 2 encoders. For large models, choose int. If you're converting to control type input, select one with control. A touch compile is used to compile models and speed up the process. So actually, you would need Triton support. If running it locally, there might be some technical challenges. It can be run online directly with no difficulty, just connect them simply. This node is used to prevent the memory from overflowing. Because KJ's process has some inherent differences from our original workflow, using this node allows us to run the model with a portion of the memory. My suggestion is to start with the highest value, 40, and then adjust it downward from there. Mode selection. Sage attention will be accelerated. This location has many nodes similar to buffs. One is enhanced video, and the corresponding node is this one, which is also newly added. It's actually called CFG0 star steps. If used in tattoo videos, you can keep it as default. But if used in body paint videos, you need to adjust it. You might need to adjust from the beginning, that is, split it into one piece. If we find our results are abnormal, you can try this method. It works similarly to enhanced video. I think it can improve our video quality with almost no performance loss. The acceleration used by TK is 480p model. Clicking this question mark, we can see the high value for 480p is 0.26, so I entered 0.26 here. If we use a model with 1.3 times the size, set the highest value to 0.08. I've mentioned SRG many times. Since it's an archival model, I believe such technology as SRG is also applicable. We had already reached the conclusion before that it is the strongest open source model without comparison to closed source models. Navigate to RunningHub.AI or click the link in the introduction to register and get 120 gigabytes. Log in daily to receive an additional 100 points. The corresponding AI workflow and one-click AI applications have been deployed online and can now be run and tested online. Now let's look at the control model. The word control is present here and all nodes are still understood normally. So what we need to focus on is the video we input. In this case, I've passed the video through 2 preprocessors and combined their outputs to create an input that has both pose control and depth control. This input is then encoded into the latent space for rendering. Of course, we could also use just one type of preprocessor. I'm just trying to see if combining both can enhance control, and from the results, I believe it does work and actually improves control. This is a video showing someone punching which uses the same control type, and it has excellent results with no issues at all. But we noticed that this process is not just about creating a video. Of course, we don't have an image input here. The image above is just for reverse engineering the prompt. So I made a small adjustment and adapted it to fit the workflow of a tutorial video. We input an image, then capture its pose. Then what am I trying to do here? It's obvious that I want this input image to move along with the posture movements. In the end, I think it can be done. We can see that the biggest difference between these 2 videos is in the face, while other parts don't change much. The input image I use here doesn't match the first frame of the video at all. If we render the first frame of the video as input, we should achieve better results. In a previous video, I used Skyverse to generate images and Flow Editor for editing using the same setup. Looking at this result, I can tell that if we don't specifically set certain outcomes like this, the model has a bias towards generating foreign-looking faces. So most of the content on this channel focuses on open source models and projects, but it's the closed source models that really make RunningHub stand out. It brought down the prices of many popular models like video. Some models like Kling and Wanxiang have specifications that are even lower than the officially announced prices. The more you use it, the more you'll realize that saving up bit by bit really saves money in the long run.